It is very easy to judge people. It is very easy to do that when it comes to others. But when it comes to judging ourselves, it becomes such a difficult task. We do not want to face our own selves. We do not want to audit our own actions, our own lacks. We do not want to look at those things. You know why that happens? Because we want to see ourselves as our perfect version, that we refuse to see any loopholes, any lacks, or anything wrong that might be within ourselves. It is such a difficult part. Our own ego, that itself deludes us that we are such a perfect human beings. We can't be imperfect. The failures that we face because of our because of some of the lacks that we might have. Wait a second. So wait a second. Our own ego keeps ourselves very hidden from us, and this is something that I've been working from quite a long time. I journal, I and before I go to bed, I review my day. There is a meditation. It is called reflection technique. I do that sometimes. And fortunately, these things do help humans. There are many techniques that are shared by many people over the internet. These things are a must to have in our daily lives. Because once you start getting aware of your own patterns, now it gets even more easier to recognize the patterns of other people, how much they value themselves directly. That clearly shows how much value they will give to you. It might sound very weird when I say this, but allow me. People who don't value others now, who put somebody else on a lower level than themselves, it is their own projection. When you meet somebody like that, just notice that the lack in them, what they are lacking, and what are you projecting. No, not you. uh, it is something like you naturally have something that they do not have, and because you have that and they do not have, there is some mismatch in the frequency of these both people, and now the one who lacks it thinks it is illegal to have that quality. And since it is wrong, it is illegal because they do not see the same thing in themselves, they think that you are not the you are not at their level. Most of the times, this is why they make others feel like a loser in front of themselves, as if they are the only right person, as if they are the only superior ones. And when somebody is well equipped with anything that is needed, like suppose if a person A has all the qualities to do a job, but the manager of this person A, manager is person B, or the manager, he himself doesn't have those qualities of getting this task done. This manager will try to show more power, more authority over that junior, that person A who has these qualities. Maybe they are not very vocal about it because of the obvious reasons of corporate, and maybe because of some other circumstances. Maybe they are being respectful also because of the position or age or whatever, whatsoever. But the one who is lacking that quality is trying to look superior. This is the weird way how the human psyche works. They do not value themselves for not having those qualities that you have. And this is why I said, if someone, you can understand how much they value themselves by how they treat you. If someone keeps abusing, if someone keeps using the curse words, na? I think that is the right word. If someone keeps these saying these bad words, they are deeply dissatisfied with themselves, within themselves, because they hate themselves for something. Maybe they couldn't secure a position. Maybe they couldn't marry the love of their life. Maybe something, anything. Maybe they wanted to travel somewhere. Maybe they wanted to show themselves, uh, to prove themselves. They wanted to prove themselves in front of their parents, but perhaps they failed at it. And for that failure, they do not accept themselves. They start hating themselves, and that is why they will use these kind of bad words to anybody. The moment they are matching that failure frequency with somebody, no matter how new that connection is, how rare that interaction with that one person is, they will straight up use these kind of words. It is not the receiver of these words who is listening, I mean, uh, the one who is being cursed at. They are not those words, this kind of words that is coming out of this person's mouth who is cursing. They have this in within their subconscious mind, that lack or that failure, the failure that is matching the frequency of this new person's failure. It is the abuse to their own thing. It is not the person who is being disrespected. And it goes for every emotion, be it anger, be it being sentimental, be it being happy. It is also one thing. I have a friend. I think she is very satisfied with herself. So she is in the front line to clap for you. No matter how small achievement it is, she will be the first one to come and clap for you. And she is my friend because we matched this frequency. Perhaps this is why we also keep sharing this kind of reels, that we are so much similar with each other and all that friendship reels. So yeah, it is the same thing with the positive feelings also. This girl She values herself, her life, her efforts, the people in her life. So she immediately recognizes when something positive is being done by some other person. She is immediate to recognize that because she knows in her subconscious mind she is always aware of the positive things. And for the negative ones, they are always aware of the negative things. They know that when it is coming, they know when the betrayal might be coming, they might understand when the failure might be coming, and things like that. So it is our duty, I guess, to never personally take these negative things personally and be a little bit more open with people, that they may have their own experiences, that they are projecting their own patterns onto ourselves, onto us. Yeah, humans are the most interesting people when we start understanding their minds, when we start understanding why they do what they do. They are the most interesting beings on the planet. And this kind of awareness about yourself, when I'm aware of my own patterns, that I project my positive or negative qualities onto others, when I'm aware of myself, I will be it will be much more easier for me to identify the same projection behavior from others. So the first step is to know yourself. The first step is ourself. It starts from us. When we know ourselves, we know others. Because knowing oneself opens us up and makes us more accepting, more understanding. And I think that is the best way to live life. Do not have complaints, just observations, and doing what is best possible for us to do in any particular situation. It is not that once you are understanding, you have to only keep understanding. You have to make the other person also understand what behavior is appropriate and what is not. And being understanding doesn't mean that you only have to accept, that you only have to receive the wrong behavior. That is not the thing. Being understanding means actually understanding what to do from your part as well. It doesn't make you crippled. Understanding the knowledge should equip you with more wisdom. Society has a weird way of doing this drama that, oh my god, you have to be understanding. What this society actually means, oh my god, you actually have to be accepting of any kind of behavior. No, that is not understanding. That is that is not the right way of living life. You do not have to accept everything. You have to be open for everything. You have to also be open for any kind of response that is appropriate for any moment. Showing anger might be one of the appropriate not reactions, response. Showing love, showing care, anything. So, the first thing is we must understand ourselves, and we should not let our our own individuality trick us that we are the superior most ones. It is never like that. Somebody or the other will show. Always, some person will keep coming in our lives that they will show where we lack something. And we must learn actually from them, not compete. You know what happens when you make somebody a teacher? You reduce a competition and you gain a guide, you gain an inspiration. My mama is the one who has given me this wisdom of learning the good qualities from other people. So, this is where it is coming from. It is not authentically mine, it comes from my mother. And I love her for this. Chalo, thank you for giving me 16 minutes of your time.